Now, we've got to be very clear. I said at the beginning, language is critical in this. We've got to be right about the language. And the strategy field, we have failed the business community very badly because we have not been clear about the language. We've had no theories. We've had no models that are reliable. And when you have that kind of vacuum of ignorance, really, we are ignorant about how things work. What do you get instead? Well, what you get is you get endless frameworks. You have as many methods or frameworks or theories as there are professors in the field or consultants in the field. Right? That's what you get if you don't have any underlying theories and principles. And we've been particularly bad when it comes to intangibles. So this is a typography of asset stocks. We have tangible resources, customers, staff, products, capacity, and cash. There are some others, intermediaries and suppliers, and we have operational asset stocks like inventory and orders. We have attributes of those, so staff skills is an attribute of the staff, customer purchase rate is an attribute of the customers. We have intangible resources, 3 types: state of mind, reputation, morale, that kind of thing. Information-based, data, right? And the kind of knowledge base that professional firms use. Quality-related, the yield that you get out of a manufacturing process is an intangible asset stock. And we have capabilities. And capabilities is the combination of skills, knowledge, and procedures. So resources, that's all of these 3, all of this lot here, 3 things. Those are useful things that we have or that we can get access to. Capabilities are important activities that we are good at doing. The language, the English language or the Russian language or the Chinese language is relatively clear about the difference between things that we have and things that we are good at doing. These are verb-related things. I am good at hiring. I am good at product development. I am good at supporting customers. So they're all verb-related. These are things, people, skills, cash. So here's our customer support capability, and if we develop all these things, this stock of capability increases. What does capability mean? It means how fast do we do it? How well is it done? And at what cost? Those are the 3 features of capability. There are ways of measuring all of these things, which we in the strategy field have not been very good at. But stick to these rules. I think it works. I've talked to you about the distinction between operational capabilities. That's things like the flight turnaround time or the load factor management in an airline, production time or reliability in manufacture, the renewal or claims processing for insurance company, delivery speed for a service company. Strategic capabilities are about how do we build and sustain those resources that we need. So here is an example. This is a 20-store retail chain which reaches about 5% of a national market. There are 12,000 potential consumers for each store, and it gets sales from those stores at a certain rate. It is trying to expand its stores at the rate of 2 per month. So next month there'll be 22, then 24, 26. But we think there could be 500 potential stores. Right? This is the world I originally came from. We built a restaurant operation of 350 units over 5 years. So at a certain point, we had 20, and we thought that there were 350 potential. The thing is that the more stores you open, the fewer additional customers you can reach with the stores. So don't open too many, like Starbucks did. Currently, each store takes 30 months to open. So I decide I want to open a store in Taipei today. The store will open 30 months later. And when it opens, it will reach 60% of the potential consumers in its area. Right? So we don't catch everybody we could. And it will cost us $1.1 million to buy and develop the store. That is, how fast can I do it? How well can I do it? And at what cost? Those are the benefits from the strong capability. So here is a model of store opening and the related capability. And this is the company profit that emerges from opening stores at that rate. And we grow to 188 after, I think that's, is that 3 years. So there's month 24, and I decide to increase this from 2 to 6. So this is when I take the decision to open the stores. This is when the stores actually open. It takes 30 months to open a new store, but if I look at the best retailers in the sector, they open a store in 15 months. So my capability is 50%. Right? It's taking me twice as long to open as it does them. So if that's 50%, then that's how fast we open stores, and that's how fast the profit grows. Now I've increased my capability to 70%, and the delay has been reduced. It doesn't take 30 months anymore, it takes 21. So now my stores are coming open faster than they were, and my profits are growing faster than they did, because I've now got a higher capability. What is this capability? What goes on in here? Well, here's opening a new store. I want a site, I get some location data, I look for likely sites that meet my requirements, I evaluate them against the demographics, I say yes or no. If it's no, I go back and look for another site. If it's yes, I go and negotiate with the owner. If I'm successful in my negotiation, I buy it and do some more of the process. If I'm not successful, I go back and I start looking again. So there is a procedure, which is the opening of new stores. There is a working model where you can go and see what happens if your capability to open stores grows at a certain rate. So where does strategic capabilities come from? Well, they come from doing the job. Right? The more I open the stores, the more my capability grows. And if I add more staff, then I can do it faster. And I use expert staff to codify the capability to do this job. That's where capability comes from. The better you get, the better you perform, the more you learn. But there are limits to this. So here is a learning organization. This organization starts at a capability of 50%, but it grows to a capability of 86%, and now my stores open even faster and I make even more profit. Now that's just one capability for a retail chain. Now what would happen if you had lead time capability and you reach more customers and you did it at lower cost and you had better managers and you had a better operational capability? Well, your performance improves by orders of magnitude, right? You don't make 2% more return on capital. You make 5 times as much profit, 3 times as much revenue. And this is a model which does all of those things, and that one you can also play with. We open stores faster, we reach more consumers, it costs less and less and less to invest in that, so we make much more profit, but we spent very little more money. We've opened more stores, but they've cost us less, and they're better. Right? So we've made more money, a lot more money, without spending very much more capital.